¿Cómo están amigos? Bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista MasContainer, el espacio donde, como todos saben, conversamos sobre logística, el comercio exterior, tanto de Chile, América Latina y también el resto del mundo. Hoy nos acompaña Ilse de Bruin, Chief Digital Officer en Nowports, con quien vamos a hablar varios temas muy interesantes sobre digitalización, algo de inteligencia artificial y cómo se está vinculando todo esto con la logística y el comercio exterior. How are you, Ilse?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Jamie.
Great. Thanks for accepting the invitation of MasContainer for this interview.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, we have some questions for you, so let's start with that. How is Nowports revolutionizing the traditional freight forward model through the use of artificial intelligence in logistics management?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question, so thanks for asking that. No, I would say that I don't know if we're really revolutionizing the freight forwarding, the traditional freight forwarding model, but we do believe in improving consistency in service execution as much as we possibly can, which has been something that's been challenging in the traditional freight forwarding model. And then also get to a level of customization for our customers that is more personal than what traditional software solutions has been able to do in the past, where software thrives on standardization. AI really helps us with customization and personalization. And we kind of split up our work in two main buckets. One is, what do we do for our workforce? And for our workforce, we believe AI is going to and is helping augment what they do today. So we automate the mundane processes. We provide them the tools that may help them make decisions a little bit quicker, with more context and information at hand. And while these things aren't necessarily very new in the traditional freight forwarding environment, lots of people have focused on automation and so forth. I do believe that the use of large language models addresses some of the challenges that the workforce face in terms of variability, in the moment decisions that they need to make. And if they've got information at hand, artificial intelligence really helps them making those decisions pretty quickly. On the customer side, we aim to work closely with a select group of customers and look at their processes and how they have to manage their supply chain, and provide them tools to, for instance, audit their invoices better or select carriers better across the spectrum of the supply chain.
No, that's great. And regarding that, what is the competitive advantage that the artificial intelligence implemented by Nowports is offered compared to the traditional logistics operators in Latin America?
Yeah, I mean, I think the starting point for competitive advantage is really around basic efficiencies, right? I mean, for us, being an AI-enabled freight forwarder really means starting at the foundation, which is basic process automation. And this basic process automation helps us collect data at a level of granularity that we never have been able to do before. So we're collecting a lot of the context data, and previously where we've got information sitting in emails and WhatsApp, whatever the case may be, all of it's now collected in one single data warehouse, where we can use that information for configuration and for customization at a speed that we've never been able to do before. And the big thing is, you think about a simple example, for instance, where an operator has to make a quick decision around a vendor and a routing for a particular customer. And the operator can right there, quickly ask the question, hey, for this particular customer, which vendor did I use before that helped me deliver on time, or whatever the case may be. And they can easily go back in history at a split second to be able to make the right routing decisions for customers, versus maybe perpetuate incorrect decisions or vendors that weren't capable of moving, specialized cargo or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of makes our operators more efficient and helps them make the right decisions more quicker than what they would have done if they had to go and research a database or go and study prior shipments. So that's basic efficiencies. I think service quality improvement is a key, AI is a key enabler for us to, collect information about prior incidences where we have had service execution failures. We learn from those much quicker, and we already build playbooks that operators can follow to say, hey, previously when we route something through one particular port, there was limitations at that port. Take into consideration these limitations in terms of congestion or equipment, whatever the case may be, and then rather route through another port. And we take those learnings from previous service failures, so that we can prevent that from happening again. And then I think the last pillar that we think it helps give competitive advantage is on the risk and compliance side. We have recently experimented with taking some of our customers' bespoke contracts, taking out the execution requirements in there, and then building out custom SOPs that we integrate with our TMS at the same time, so that at the end of the day, we are more compliant to our customers' contract requirements, and we prevent potential risks downstream. So I think those are the three things that we think AI will give us a competitive advantage and help our workforce and our customers make better decisions as well.
Great, that's fantastic. And now, regarding the experience that Nowports has gained in this that you were explaining at the moment, the technological strategies concretely influencing decision-making among freight forwarders, or is it still an unfulfilled technological promise? What is your perspective of this?
Yeah, I mean, this is also an interesting question. And to be honest with you, I believe technology is generally going to fall short of the deep experience that logisticians will have and supply chain experts will have. I think you never get technology to fully replace that. But what I do think what happens is it just makes it easier for those individuals to make better decisions, right? So as long as you've got the information at hand, you can those experts can make the better trade-off decisions between point A and point B than what they could do maybe in the past, and maybe gives access to more people that maybe don't have that deep experience. They get access to more of that information to give our customers the right information. So I think it's going to fall short, but on the other hand, I do believe that customers that partner with AI-enabled freight forwarders will benefit over time, right? Because those freight forwarders are going to do things better and faster, to a degree that it appeals to the customer and their processes and their uniqueness of their supply chains. And I do believe that partnership gives the customer a competitive advantage at the end of the day. So all of it is still dependent on good data collection, good data processing, and that's why I think it's a partnership between freight forwarders and customers to actually co-develop a lot of this technology, so both can get ahead. And I think freight forwarders that make that a core part of their, let's call it their strategic pillars, or one of the things, the how-to in terms of getting ahead. I think for those freight forwarders, the customers are going to benefit greatly over a period of time.
Yes, I think the same, and everyone will start to working with the AI. Everyone, normal people and the people in the industry. So eventually, we will be working in that, and will be easier for everyone. Exactly,
it gives access to everybody, and as long as you and if you've integrated AI in your processes and the way that you work, it just creates that extra layer of knowledge and depth and decision making that the person that doesn't, or the company that doesn't adopt it as a core part, is never going to have access to that. And I think that's the difference in the future.
En Entrevista MasContainer estamos conversando con Ilse de Bruin, Chief Digital Officer en Nowports. Bueno, Entrevista MasContainer siempre es presentado por Servicontainers, venta de contenedores y construcción modular. También Nowports, que simplificamos el comercio internacional en América Latina. También tenemos ACEAL, servicios especializados de aduana y logística desde Guatemala para el mundo. haces cargo, nuestro negocio es proteger el tuyo, y DataSur, que somos la solución para la toma de decisiones y análisis de datos de comercio exterior. And Ilse, we were talking about these implications of the AI, and at a global level, how are freight forwarders using AI to anticipate the logistical disruptions and improve the real-time efficiency?
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer to that is like, it depends on the size of the freight forwarder, right? I think the larger freight forwarders out there, you know, have lots of resources and they've sit on a lot of data, and I think they're using it extensively to be more predictive and add more value to their customers. And they also have the resources to leverage AI at scale. So I do believe that the larger freight forwarders have a competitive advantage that they've built over a period of time. I do think the challenge for the larger freight forwarders is going to be just choosing where they want to invest. You know, if it's in real-time visibility, is it in disruption, is it like how they're going to invest? Because I think it should be a collaborative effort between the larger freight forwarders to really benefit from the output of this, but then minimize the cost of the computation of AI, right? Because AI doesn't come for free. I think the mid-sized freight forwarders are still kind of figuring out how they want to leverage AI, right? So I don't think that they're all quite there yet. And I think they're still very much dependent on people and the expertise of people in specific, more narrower areas. So I think you know, I'd be surprised to see a lot of the mid-sized freight forwarders leveraging AI to the extent that the larger guys are doing it. And then, of course, the smaller freight forwarders, I think, are still very much people dependent and hands-on dependent. And I think they may fall short over time. One, just because of the pure cost of it. Two is just the lower sophistication that they may have had over time where they've not collected data sufficiently to actually leverage it. And they probably would leverage more, you know, off-the-shelf solutions, some of the newer companies that are coming into the equation in terms of maybe providing them solutions. But once again, it comes at a high cost for the smaller freight forwarders. So I think it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I do believe that the larger freight forwarders are in a very good position to leverage AI across the shipment execution cycle in a big way.
That's great. And in the short term, and a bit more related to the labor issue regarding the AI, do you think the replace of human expertise in, for example, route planning, cost management, and customer relations within the freight forwarding sector, is it necessary to find a way to complement both, or how do you think this could be achieved?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I don't think it's ever a replacement, right? I think it's a complement, and AI and people work in harmony together. You know, I believe that you know, AI does create a lot of opportunity in route management, route planning, cost management, and just building up customer relationships. I think it brings in, for the human, it brings in the ability to be more consistent in the way that they serve their customers. And it's more consistent across different people in the organization, because you can easily transfer that knowledge across people so they can be give the customer that consistent experience. But a trained and skilled workforce is always going to go hand in hand with artificial intelligence. We're seeing it. Like, you have to train the models, you have to educate it, you have to figure out if the recommendations are the right or wrong recommendations. Yeah. You have to augment it, and you just simply cannot do that without people that actually know what they're doing, right? So you need that level of expertise within the organization to train the models and make the right decisions. And you know, in our environment, we've kind of adopted like the 3 T's, right? I mean, the first one is trust. We have to build tools that people can see what artificial intelligence has done and what the decisions it's made and how it's come to that point. So a big component is the trust between artificial intelligence and the human being. The second one is transparency, to be clear where a human has made a decision and where artificial intelligence has made a decision, or where they have to route it. And then, and the third one is just training, continuous training. I mean, there's so many new things coming out all the time that we take, that we have to take every opportunity to train our people how to train these models to become better in what they're doing as well. So yeah, but it's going to be a coexistence forever. And hopefully, I mean, I really hope that the mundane processes can eventually be taken over by some kind of bot that just does it, so that people can spend more time refining the models and refining the prompts, so that the outcome of that everybody can benefit from.
Yeah, we hope that that happens.
For sure.
Now, considering the increasingly automated global markets, do you believe that the Americans are implementing this tool effectively to become a competitive region compared to others?
You know, I'm not too sure about that. You know, I think there's a big component of artificial intelligence that is not a competition. It's more about collaboration and working together to get to an end result that is beneficial for everyone. You know, so you know, I think there's still you know, there's still a lot of hype in this space, and people are still trying to figure out exactly where they should be playing and how they should be investing in it. So you know, so I do. My summary is that I think collaboration is in this space, and sharing of data and sharing of information is going to be key to creating a competitive advantage. For you know, so within a region, I think the Americas region can collaborate a lot and work together to create this competitive advantage. But I think amongst nations, there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, over many years that nations have not been able to collaborate with one another. I mean, let alone data, right? I mean, so I think we're going to have to be intentional and in partnership with this. You know, I think that the biggest advantage I think we can drive is efficiencies, right? I think the Americas regions, you know, there's a lot of opportunity to be more effective, more efficient in what we're doing. And I think the more we can focus together on how we can work together to automate, collect data, and you know, and share that information, I think that's where we're going to start seeing the opportunities that that may arise. And then, of course, you know, artificial intelligence, in my opinion, is still very much in a trial phase in the logistics space. You know, so because it's still very much in a trial phase, I think the concept of design partnering between teams and companies and different parts of the supply chain, I think is where we're going to start seeing a lot of the opportunity arise. And then of course sharing that information, like sharing those capabilities, I think is going to be really important. So I think we're still very much in the early stages, Jamie, and I think people are going to be the biggest challenge, right? Where everybody wants to get ahead of the other one instead of working together to say, hey, this is going to be the advantage that we can get if we just collaborate and do this, walk on this journey together.
Yeah, that's true, and that's a problem that we have in all the world. Unfortunately, but collaboration should be the key always.
It's going to be the key, and just, you know, learning together, I think, is also going to be the important one. So you know, so I think there's still a very long journey for all countries and companies in this artificial intelligence path.
Yeah. And finally, what are the next steps Nowports should take in this area, or what do you think you're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're super focused on being an AI-enabled business, right? So we're taking a holistic view across our organization to really earn this badge of being AI-enabled. I think it's like the new hype and the new buzzword, but we're really trying to walk the path we're proclaiming. You know, at an enterprise level, we are investing in experiments to help our internal teams deliver better service to our customer, because we've chosen that as our foundational theme. So anything that helps us eliminate error, improve the quality of service that we can give our customers, improve our output, focused on our internal team is what we're focusing on as a phase one. At a second level, at a business level, we are also encouraging our people to embrace distributed ownership. So what we don't want is for AI to be a tech project or a strategy project. It should really be the way that we do things going forward. So we're investing in tools for our business partners, making APIs available for the data so that they can easily build and experiment with AI, so that we can test and learn as quickly as possible and decide if we want to double down at the enterprise level on that. And then at the customer level, we, as I mentioned earlier on, we're looking to collaborate with a select group of our customers that also have AI as part of one of their core missions, or leveraging AI as one of their core missions, to build tools with them that will help them manage their supply chains. So that's kind of how like a three-pronged approach that we're taking, and then underpinning all of this, we're focusing on scalability, governance, training, and transparency. So we have a center of excellence that we've created within our organization that actually drive those best practices consistently across every single team within Nowports.
Well, that's great, and let's hope that you can do it in the best possible way for your customers, for you, and for everyone.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's going to be definitely an interesting ride in the logistics technology space, and looking forward to really kind of helping Nowports and our customers to benefit from it.
Well, perfect. And thank you, Ilse, for this excellent interview. And we're very happy, and all the information you provide, it's really helpful to try to understand a little bit of the AI that it's changing our world.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Y bueno, ahí teníamos la interesante conversación con Ilse de Bruin. Y bueno, recuerden seguirnos en YouTube, en todas nuestras redes sociales, y nos vemos pronto en una próxima entrevista a MasContainer. Que estén muy bien.